It's the calm before the storm, which is the room tour. Hey Nintendo fans and collectors, Lithium here from my channel Nintendo Collecting. In 2 days, I'll be posting my room tour, but right now this is update number 8 with 8 updates of building the new Nintendo Room version 3.0. I've been tremendously doing some hard work on the room, putting in a lot of hours over the last few weeks to make this place look absolutely outstanding for the room tour. There's a few other things, there's actually a lot of other things I want to hold on to as a secret, so I will be eventually posting an update number 9 and an update number 10, but that will be after the room tour goes up. So let's get to these 8 updates. Number 1, I have a Pokemon wall here, you can see. I've got a poster up, some figurines, the Pokemon game collection, and most importantly, the Pokemon Fit Almost Complete collection. You can comment below, there is one that is missing from the 151 set. These are also called Sitting Cuties from the Pokemon store. I got these from Japan, so they're called Pokemon Fit. Before, all of these were in the shelf over there beside the Mario wall. Number 1, they looked out of place. And number 2, they didn't look really good because you couldn't see the whole collection vertically. It was just a little strange. I had some Pokemon stuff over there, there was some in that shelf, and there was also some over here. It just felt very disjointed. Now all the Pokemon stuff is together as its own Pokemon wall. I'm going to speak a lot more about that in the room tour, so look forward to that. But it looks pretty good. Even the fridge is getting an update, and I have to post the 151 set and collection up on the Pokemon wall as well. So that's update number 1. Update number 2, I was able to install a lot of the acrylic shells that I had up in the previous Nintendo rooms all the way around this space. It's going to be roughly 50 feet, actually I think closer to 60 feet in length for this entire space. There is a lot going up. So that took me a long time, but I'm not quite done putting up those acrylic shelves yet. I also need to put some up around this corner of the wall because I have a few more figures that I need to get up. So I'm going to finish this space. So this entire part of the room basically has a ringer going around the top, and it looks pretty good. So that's update number 2. Update number 3, I installed a lot of lighting in these as well. So before I had this too, so I'm going to point to the corner of the Super Metroid to turn on that light. At the same time, below the Zelda game on the left, that turns on and off the Zelda wall as green. So that's more lighting up in my Nintendo room. I think before, I already had the lights up. If I point this by the corner of my N64, that's what turns on and off that light right there. Actually, I had an extra strand of lights I wanted to use, but it went yellow at the end of the line. It was broken, so I cut it down a little bit. That's the line I'm using here, and I have that additional line that I'm going to use to go around here, basically. So you'll notice there's no lights on over here, but you can see the little tag coming out for me to plug it in, and then I'll have more lights all the way around. So that should look pretty good with them up at some point. So that's update number 3, the lighting. Update number 4 is what's actually on the shelves. I have my World of Nintendo collection. There are so many of these figures, and I don't have all of them yet. So the 2.5-inch line is here. Some of them are actually elsewhere in the room, so I'll show you those. Then I have the 4-inch line, which I'm missing some of those as well. I'm not collecting any of the new series when they repackage the World of Nintendo basically to be just Super Mario. I haven't been collecting those, but I want to get all of them at some point. I'm pretty close. I'm like 10 away from that full set. So I put all of those up, which looks pretty good. At the same time, I had some of my World of Nintendo stuff here, but I have moved it over to this space here. The 2.5-inch figures that didn't fit up on the shelves for now are up there, but I'm going to move all of those to the other side of the room once I get the shelves up around the Super Smash Bros. Like wall, essentially, and beside the Mario wall. So, over here, I've got my plush collection of World of Nintendo figures. World of Nintendo plush, I guess. So what I was thinking here, which made more logical sense, rather than have Pokemon here and Pokemon kind of hidden away there, I featured Pokemon, and all of the Mario plush are now right next to the Mario wall, which makes way more sense anyways. Moving down, you have Splatoon, Star Fox, Animal Crossing, Zelda, Pikmin, and then some more Pokemon Fit from Generation 2 that I just couldn't fit anywhere else right now. Fit anywhere else. Terrible. The World of Nintendo micro figures I fit in here. I think this is a much better space for those. Basically, if I'm going to hide something away in this corner, it should just be like something kind of small, like the Mario Land, like the Micro Land set. that most people don't even know about anyways, but if they see it, it's kind of cool, it's kind of interesting, including the Zelda collection that I have down there, and working your way up is all of the Mario items. At the top, I wasn't sure where to put these. They fit really well there, though. These are the 6-inch figures from World of Nintendo, so it's Bowser, Donkey Kong, a Metroid, and then Ganondorf, but I might find a new home for those at some point. So let's just go through those updates one more time. I've got Pokemon as number 1. Number 2 is the acrylic shelves. Number 3 is the lighting. Number 4 is the World of Nintendo. Number 5 is this Mario wall. On the wall before, I had the 3 posters up, but they were a little bit out of place. I couldn't fit 2 shelves, one below and one above. But since then, I have installed those shelves. So the top is acrylic shelves with all the main Mario games in it, with some other spin-offs basically. And then below it, I have black shelving that's holding up a lot of the other main series Mario games that are like spin-offs. Like the remakes, like Paper Mario, and like Mario and Luigi as well. And hopefully a little bit of space to grow into with those. So it looks a lot more crammed in, but I think it looks better with things just everywhere. Especially displaying the games face out so you can actually see them. I am going to update the Mario wall a little bit more, but I want to hold on to that update for the actual room tour. Update number 6, these figurines are a little bit changed. They've been moved around a little bit to make them look a little bit better, and each series almost has its own shelf. So if I want to stack these, I can. I can fit a lot more figurines into here. If I wanted to unbox all the World of Nintendo, I could probably fill several of these shelves with more figurines if I wanted to. And just as a note, I've got a Fire Emblem collection, Fire Emblem, but one of the figures, her leg's broken, and I tried gluing it back, but she's only connected to the stand with her leg. You can see it there, so I don't know if that's going to get fixed in time or not. I'll see if I can actually fix that, but I'm not sure how else to do that without maybe drilling into the leg and then putting a toothpick in it to hold it up or something like that. So we'll see, but I think the figurines look pretty good. The Amiibo, I still have Amiibo to unbox, so I might try and unbox at least these 2 before the room tour, and I think I also have Solaire to unbox, so maybe I'll get to that. There might be one more. Oh yeah, Isabelle, I've got to unbox her as well. There's tons to do in the next 2 days. Update number 7 is the Super Smash Bros. Wall. This is looking a lot more complete now with the games on it and everything is up. The 6 games, there's a story behind this. I got Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but I bought the special edition that you see up there with the Steelbook. Now the Steelbook doesn't have any text on the side, it's very plain, so I wanted the original case for the game, but I didn't want to pay full price for their game. While I was in a local game store, I was buying a lot of stuff, and I just basically asked, do you happen to have an empty case of Super Smash Bros. That I could buy from you? I'm looking for the case with the sleeve, essentially. And they looked, and they had one that was officially from Nintendo. They just threw it in for free, so that was fantastic, so I can show off all 6 games like that. It looks a lot better, and 6 items over here for the Smash Bros. I'll go through this more thoroughly with the room tour. However, I can mention that I want to update that poster, but it will not be updated before the room tour. There's one with the Banjo and Kazooie on it and the other new characters, so I'll get that in the future, but that's why during the room tour it will not be the full, complete list on that poster. I know I'll have to update that, of course. And the last update that I would like to mention this video, keeping some secrets for the room tour, and part 9 and part 10 of the updates, is this Wii wall, or this little Wii area. I wanted to make it a little bit better the way it looks. So I added one more shelf to the side. I think before I had gaming hats up there or something. Now it looks a little bit better because there was really cramped. There's a lot of Wii items. We know, or at least I think, that the Wii U collection of these controllers, they look really good. The Wii remotes here as a collection look fantastic. So I really want to make the Wii shelf look a little less cramped and make it look a lot better than it does. So I have a little bit more work to do. I've got to mount this shelf to that shelf so they're in line with each other. These are IKEA bookcases, and that's like a Ginebly, or I don't know how to pronounce it, shelf. That is black-brown, and I had to cut it down so it was 78 inches. And then I've got to fix the signs up and change the positioning of some stuff and just make it look really good. One more thing I just want to mention that was a really small change, but I will go through that right now, is I updated the 2 posters on the Zelda wall to be horizontal rather than vertical, so you can check out the old video if you want to compare it. And I really like the display for the Breath of the Wild that I had there on the left-hand side, So on the right-hand side of the Zelda wall, I moved up the Wii U console for Wind Waker so that it's more in line with the rest of the Zelda items, and I moved down the other systems. They were originally in order of release. I like doing that generally, but I think having a Zelda item on the right side of the shelf there and a Zelda item on the left side of the shelf kind of looks more balanced on this wall, especially with all the Zelda systems down there as well. So I think this is looking pretty good. The reason why I said at the beginning of the video, it's the calm, no, it's the mess before the storm, is because things are all over the place in this Nintendo room as I'm trying to finish up these projects. I've got my guides on the table. The table, by the way, I pulled out for the Mario-thon to kind of have stadium seating, but I don't need that anymore, and I really need to get the Nintendo Power magazines in here. So I've got to fix those magazines, I've got to fix the magazines and guides that I have on the table, I've got to reorganize this and make it look a lot better, I've got to film unboxing videos, and I still have hours and hours to do of my secret projects that I don't want to talk about it, but definitely check it out. This Saturday, the 21st of September, 2019 will be the room tour. I'm going to hold myself to that, even though I've been scrambling to try and make this room look as best as I can. Essentially, I feel like a collection really speaks volumes about you and what you value in collecting and gaming. I've been fiddling around and puttering, I want to call it, in this room to try and make it look outstanding for the room tour. I hope it really shows off. I really appreciate everyone watching. Please like this video, share this video if you enjoy my content and even building the Nintendo room. I've got a lot of project videos that I'm going to post after the room tour of all the individual projects, such as building this secret door, but I'm going to hold on to those and post them after the room tour. Please comment below what was your favorite update this video. I really appreciate you guys watching. Remember, as always, go collect them all and keep smiling while gaming. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I'll post the room tour in just a few days.